CBS 2's Sabrina Franza has been speaking with experts and one delegate whose job it will be to help choose the next Democratic nominee. Sabrina, what are they saying today?
Jim, it was a tough night and now following day for President Biden. He has to convince voters now that he is fit for this role, that his age is not an issue. That has come into question by some experts and Democrats who say he might not be fit to be the nominee. What do you think is happening within the Democratic Party right now?
They're panicking. There's no question.
Stephen Maynard Caliendo, a professor of political science at North Central College, on the fallout from last night's debate.
They're wondering what are they going to do to convince everybody else that it was just a bad night.
President Joe Biden's performance left, he says, many voters wanting.
There wasn't a lot to learn in terms of substance last night. What we learned was the degree to which each of these men were able to present themselves in a presidential way.
The aftermath has left some within the Democratic Party wondering if another candidate might be a better choice for the presidential nominee. On a possible short list, current Vice President Kamala Harris, U.S. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who said last night that he would, quote, never turn his back on Biden, and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, who would only say in part, quote, the contrast between these two men was clear before the debate. It is even clearer now. He would not answer questions about a new nominee, a change which would be legal and possible so long as it was the vote made by party delegates who will be at the DNC.
We need to wrap our arms around Joe Biden for president of the United States.
Chicago Alderman Lamont Robinson is one of those delegates, also a supporter of the president, trying to quash voters' concerns about Biden's age.
I mean, it's going to take folks like myself, that's an elected, to be able to galvanize folks.
President Biden said today that he is not as good at debating as he used to be. His aides have said since the debate that the president will not be stepping down. The Democratic National Convention is just a few weeks away. We're live in the control room. Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Sabrina.